Hello,
Hi.
it's Mark and Michelle from
Who's doing that?
markandmichelle.com.
Action.
Today's blog is on shortcuts and how, if you've been reading the last few blogs that I've done, I'm reading this book, Punch Fear in the Face, and there's 5 stages to life, and that's learning and editing and mastering, and then you get to harvest and guide other people. And so a lot of people think that they can have a little bit of success in that learning stage and jump straight to harvesting, like skipping editing and mastering and straight to harvesting. And he gave an example of Gwyneth Paltrow. She's a famous actress. She's been over 20 movies. She makes millions a movie. She won an Oscar.
She's a good actress.
She was married to a really famous person. I think they got divorced.
I don't know.
But anyway, and she decided one day, well, her dream was always to be a musician. So she thought that because she's Gwyneth Paltrow, she could have a back door to her dreams and become a musician. So she signed a
You
record
mean like
label.
a shortcut?
A shortcut. One of the badder shortcuts, though, not one of the better shortcuts, which I share in the blog. But so she signed a record label with Atlantic for $900,000 and starred in a movie. And is she known as a famous musician now? No, not at all. Her album is nowhere to be found. That movie flopped at the box office. So even Gwyneth Paltrow cannot kick open a back door to her dreams. There is no back door to your dreams.
Well, there's also that famous example of that famous baseball player, Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
What? He was a famous baseball player, right?
No.
No. He was I grew up in Chicago. He was a Chicago Bull. We won lots of championships. We beat the Detroit Pistons.
Don't like Jordan.
But anyway, he was the best basketball player in a lot of people's opinions, not hers. And then he decided, he wanted to try baseball because he loved the sport. I mean, we all like sports. I like hockey, but I can't skate. And he became a famous baseball player just because of his name. But even though he was playing for the White Sox, another Chicago team, he sucked. I mean, he was better than I could do, but he was not. He had not spent all that time and energy and dedication to the sport like he did to basketball. I mean, he became They said he became a master of basketball because he knew everything about the sport. He knew everything that his teammates were supposed to do. He studied films. He knew what the other team was going to do. He practiced endlessly.
And thousands of hours of practice through his learning and editing stage that made him threw him into the mastering stage. And then he was able to harvest.
Right, and that's how he became the best basketball player ever.
Right. But he thought he could kick open an imaginary door to his dreams as well.
And he might, if he had spent more time at it instead of...
Right. He would have to start learning and editing and mastering baseball.
Right. I mean, you can even look at that Mark Eves guy.
You?
Me? I started my job as a delivery driver, and I started learning everything and wanted to learn more, and I kept mastering and growing, and I became pretty dang good. I was, promoted. I thought I had the world by the throat. By something. Use your own imagination there. And, I had mastered it, and then it was all gone. So now it's time to start over, which was also in her blog, because you don't have to be 15 to start something.
Mm-hmm.
We're starting something at 50 and little bit less than
44. You just, one of the shortcuts is starting now. No more procrastinating. No more thinking about it for 10 more years and then starting. And so one of the traps that we also talk about in the blog is entitlement. You might find a little bit of success in learning and then think you're entitled to be an expert and to jump right into the mastering, bypassing everything else, and entitlement leads you absolutely nowhere.
Yeah.
But finding yourself back on your butt.
I've done blogs on entitlement. It's not pretty.
Right. So, anyway, that's our blog. Read our blog. I hope you get something out of it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day.
Bye.
Peace.